Yo, what up, friends? UFC Freedom 250 tomorrow night at the White House lawn. And I have an extremely special guest here with us today at Ball and Buds, former UFC fighter. Hopefully we'll see him there again soon. Johnny Munoz. How you doing, brother?
What's up, bro? Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. It's going to be a good card. Excited for this card. Yeah, I mean, everything around it seems very interesting. America's 250th birthday. I'm very pro-American, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it should be a good card.
Hey, no doubt about that. You and I both. I was in the military and the Air Force, so I am very pro-America as well. Salute to all my military and veteran brethren out there. And as well as if you're watching on Millions.co, which we are also streaming live on Millions. If you are a fighter or athlete or a content creator and want to do interviews like this with Johnny and other people, you want to get on Millions.co. As well, make sure you subscribe at Ball and Buds on YouTube. And Johnny, you are at Kid K Venbo on IG. It's up there at the top for everybody that needs. Y'all tap in and make sure you follow Johnny on his quest to greatness. All right, brother. Well, like you said, it's going to be a very, very interesting card, historic, on the White House lawn, something we've never seen before. Probably, and I'd like to get your opinion on this, but this is probably the most impressive collection of fights since UFC 300, if I had to guess, with the fights that they put together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty, historical card. Some great fights on the card, but honestly, I don't know, maybe it's me being a little, I kind of was I think they should have put more Americans on the card, though. But
okay, yes.
There's still some good fights on the card. It's still a good card, but I feel maybe that's just me. Maybe you can never make people happy. Maybe I'm being a whiny, Karen or something, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I just would have liked to have seen more Americans on the card. I mean, there's a White House card. Like I said, I'm very pro-American, and I feel like I've always called for this, like in the past, like where, like UFC, they would do like, I know they just started doing Noche a few years now, but they've always somewhat had Noche before, but without the title, like with like those special Mexican event cards, and they have all the Mexicans on there, all that kind of stuff. But I've always felt like, man, like I know UFC, it's an American business, even though it's international, but they should have always done like that American event. Like there needs to be a pro-American month. None of this like Pride Month stuff, all this weird stuff. So I always felt, Patriot Month is like June, July, right? Because 4th of July or Independence.
Right.
Yeah, America's independence. Like Patriot Months should be June and July, like to give us 2 months, you know what I mean? But so I mean, this is a step up. I just felt there should have been more Americans on the card, but also American fighters been fucking up, man. I mean, they're not. We don't see American champions. We got Sean Strickland, a former teammate of mine, and so I know him very well. But I thought, maybe they should have put him on the card. But I know he said some wild shit. Yeah, I don't know.
As he tends to do sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, they got O'Malley on the card. They got a couple guys. They got like Steve Garcia, but I mean, Steve Garcia, he's really there for Diego Lopez. That's just the facts. But yeah, I mean, it's still a great card. I just would have liked to see more American names on the card. Maybe like, Bryce Mitchell would have been good. Colby Covington would have been great, even though he retired. Who else am I missing? Even Aljamain Sterling. I mean, he's an American. He would have been good to have on the card. Trying to think who else. I mean, those are like some of the guys, but they're Strickland. I know he just fought, but I know they don't want him on the card. He says wild shit, but I mean, it's always, I think they should have more like Americans. That's just my take, but still a good card.
No, I completely agree with you. Honestly, if you're going to make it a UFC 250 for America's birthday, all the fighters should be American. That doesn't make sense to me that you would have any other fighters. But as you mentioned, you only have a select few to choose from that are even, big enough names at this point. John Bones, he wasn't, they weren't.
Yeah, him too. I forgot about him. Max Holloway too.
Yep. So, they could have really done it, but Dana would have to put his pride aside. And we know that Dana doesn't like to put his pride aside a lot of times for some of these fighters. And so he's going to make the decisions he makes. And that's okay. We still got a good card, like you said. So let's bounce through it and talk about some of these undercard matchups before we get to the co-ed main event. Now, you talked about this fight specifically, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. How do you feel about this fight, and who do you have winning?
Yeah, I think that's a good fight too. Steve Garcia, I mean, I think he's under the radar a little bit. He's been winning. He's been doing good. I remember him like when he debuted. Although this guy's tough. So I think this is a great opportunity for him to really showcase where he belongs in the division. And I mean, he's got a tough task in front of him with Diego Lopez. But I think it's going to be a good fight, in my opinion. I think Steve's going to bring it. I think it has the potential to be a competitive fight. It could possibly like steal the show. I know a lot of people might not be. They're more focused on some of the bigger fights, but I think that fight could be like a fight of the night, potential fight right there. I think that's a good fight right there. Yeah, I mean, it's a good fight. I'm excited for that fight. Fight right there. I think that's a good fight.
So did you give us your winner? I didn't hear.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna go with Diego Lopez on the fight. I think I'd give the edge to him, but I'm not counting Steve out. I could see Diego Lopez winning by a unanimous decision. That's my prediction.
There you go. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Diego should win that fight as well. All right, moving on. Bo Nickel, he was a highly rated prospect, a few years ago. He's had his ups and downs, but he's going against Kyle. I hope that don't pronounce this incorrectly, but I think it's Daukaus.
Daukaus, yeah, something like that.
Okay, so who you got in this fight?
Yeah, that's another I know it's not like a big star-studded fight. I mean, Bo Nickel, we know who he is. Kyle Daukaus, he's been in the UFC before. He came back and he's been on a resurgence. He's doing seems great on his comeback. So that to me, that's a dangerous opponent in front of Bo Nickel. I think it's gonna be another good fight, but I see Bo Nickel. I think he edges it out. But it would be cool to see Kyle pull it off, just because I think he's the underdog and all the adversity he's gone through in his career. Got cut from the UFC. Now he's coming back. I mean, that's inspiration to me. I'm on that road right now. I'm hoping 1 or 2 more fights, I'm back in there. And I think sometimes the guy, when he's been kicked around and he's a dangerous person coming back, his mindset's different. So I think you're going to see a dangerous Kyle Daukaus. But I'm giving the slight to Bo, but I'm not counting Daukaus out.
Man, I love that. Yeah, no, we are 2 for 2 here. I'm going to pick Bo in this one as well, but as you said, it should be a slobber knocker, as Jim Ross would say. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Mauricio Ruffy versus Michael Chandler. Who you got, brother?
Man, bro, Chandler is an exciting guy. Both guys are exciting to watch, actually. This fight ain't going a distance. The Patriot side of me wants Chandler to win and do it for America, get an American win on the White House. But I think Ruffy puts Chandler out within 2 rounds. Knocks him out.
All right, cool. I think you're right. I think he does take the fight. I'll give it a little more to Chandler, I think. But, at this point, yeah, you're right. If they're just going to be throwing blows, someone's going to get KO.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, let me say this. If Chandler chooses to wrestle, which he doesn't really wrestle much, I believe he has a great chance of winning if he chooses to wrestle. We've seen Ruffy on the ground before. It didn't look too good. This is MMA. I would like to see. I know Chandler likes to be a performer, but at the end of the day, this is competition. This is MMA. What's MMA? Mixed martial arts. We're not just striking, throwing slobber knockers like you mentioned. This is everything. Throw it all in. So I would like to see Chandler do that. If he does that, I believe he does take the victory.
Okay, so you got Chandler on the victory here. All right. I'm a little back and forth, but you said that's if he wrestles, which we don't see very much of. So that's your caveat there. You got Ruffy knocking him out in the KO before 2, but if not, let's see if Chandler wrestles. I'm with you. I don't think we're going to see very much of, if any, a lot of wrestling on this card completely, because this card is full of just dudes that want to throw hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Until you get to the main event, at least. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. Derek Lewis, he is pro-American versus Josh Hockett. Who you got in this one?
Oh man, Derek Lewis. I fought on a card with him. Cool, funny dude. Like, we exchanged jokes back and forth. Funny dude. But I got to go with Hockett on this one, man. Hockett's grown on me. I didn't really like his whole little thing. I was like, who's this weird dude? Like, when I first started seeing the videos, I was like, he looks like Darth Maul up there, and he had his coach translating for him some weird stuff. But when I seen him fight Curtis Blades, I was like, this guy could back it up. This guy brings it. He was coming forward. He is a smaller heavyweight, though. Derek Lewis is a big heavyweight, hits hard. But Derek is known to gas out and doesn't do good with when the pressure's put on him. You know what I mean? Every time the pressure's put on Derek, he kind of seems to fold a little bit. And I say it respectfully because I like Derek. So I think I'm going to go with Hockett on this one. I think Hockett's going to put the pressure on him. Might take a few shots. I think he's going to be able to handle it. I believe he's going to wrestle him. It's going to be a dirty fight, but I think Hockett takes it.
Okay, no, I respect that. I mean, just because I love Derek Lewis, and like you said, he's just a jokester. He's a funny dude, personality all the way. And you know what? He'll throw hands. He'll throw hands, sure. And he will knock out or be not. You know what I'm saying? Or gas out, as you said. I'm gonna go with Derek just because he's a fan favorite of mine. I'm gonna go with Derek Lewis on victory here. All right, cool. Let's move it on to the last of the undercards here. You got Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean versus Ayman Zahabi. Who you got in this fight?
I think O'Malley gets it done. Ayman got a tough chin. He's been hit. I mean, I could see O'Malley winning by decision. No, I don't even know if I want to say that because every time Ayman goes to decision, somehow this motherfucker wins fights when it goes to decision, bro. And this is no disrespect to him. I think he's a tough fighter, but this is a guy that was never supposed to be in the position he was at. More props to him. But he's had very controversial decision wins over Aldo, over Chito Vera. There's another guy too, I believe. It's not coming out, but I'm like, man, how does this guy keep winning these close decisions like this? I even think when he fought Javid Basharat, that was kind of controversial too. But I think O'Malley gets it done. I can see O'Malley winning by a KO. O'Malley does good when the stakes are high, when it's a big show, and it doesn't get bigger than the White House.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. He puts on performances when the lights are the brightest. And there's no brighter show with lights than is going to be this one right here. I think he's going to be amped, jacked up to get a victory. And I'm with you. I think he pulls out a KO here as well. All right, cool. Let's move it on to the co-and main events of the evening. In the co-main event, we have the interim heavyweight championship. Alex Pereira, he's another favorite of mine, versus Ciryl Gane, former two-division champion, may I say. Alex Pereira will be looking to make history by winning the interim heavyweight title and becoming the first person to win UFC gold in 3 weight classes. But he will need to get through, former interim champ himself, Ciryl Gane. So he's been 10-2. Pereira has since in the 4 years since he made his debut, with 3 title-winning efforts. What say you on this fight?
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be a pretty good fight on the feet, striking. Pereira's going up in heavyweight. Now, this is something a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of guys don't do good. Yes. He's been doing, he did 185, 205, but now this is a 3rd weight class. Now, if you look at just fighting, most guys can't carry that same power in their hands moving up in weight class. You're hitting a bigger man. Not to say he's going to hit weak, you know what I mean? But he's fighting a bigger man in Ciryl Gane, who's fought all the heavyweights. Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa, has been hit by big guys. So this is nothing new for him, you know what I mean? To be hit by he's fought bigger guys that hit harder, just as harder. And Ciryl Gane also, he's to me, very underrated. His striking to me is great, moves good for a heavyweight. Moves very quick, has footworks moving around. And if we look at Pereira, when he's fought, if you look at the fights he lost with Israel, I think with Adesanya, he might have just got caught. If we look at the fight with Ankalaev, he wasn't there, injury, whatever. So, I mean, I want to see Pereira win this fight. I think Pereira is an honorary American to me.
Okay.
Even though he's Brazilian, but he's an honorary American the way he carries himself. And I say this too because, like, coming up through jiu-jitsu, I've known a lot of Brazilians. Brazilians are a different breed of people, but there's a thing in Brazil, like Brazilians always say, like, oh, I'm not Brazilian, even though they are Brazilian, but they're getting out of that Brazilian mindset where they're more like, I don't want maybe Americanize their way of thinking, because they always say American thinking's more independent, critical. They're trying to get somewhere, where Brazilian thinking holds them back. This is like Brazilians saying this that I've met throughout the year.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I say Pierre is an honorary American. He's different than other Brazilians. So I would like to see him win, but I don't know. Something's telling me Ciryl Gane might pull this off. He's an underrated striker. I know it's like I said, Pierre is going up in heavyweight.
That's true. Yes, that is true.
He's fighting a bigger man than normal, and looking at the weigh-ins too, it doesn't mean everything. Ciryl Gane looks in phenomenal shape.
Oh,
like this guy, I think he's gonna move around. I'm curious how Pierre is gonna respond to that kind of fighting style. Somebody that moves around a little bit. I mean, with Israel, Adesanya was doing that on him. Israel's a smaller man, though. You know what I mean? Ciryl Gane moves around a lot. He could take a shot. We've seen it with Tai Tuivasa, certain guys. It's going to be interesting, but I want to see Pereira pull this off. I would like to see him win the third title, but something tells me this fight's going to be an upset.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna keep that, and I'm holding that. So if that comes true, I'm gonna be like, Johnny called this shit. Yeah, man. Look, I'm with you. I want to see Pereira win too. I'm a fan favorite of his. I didn't know that Brazilians thought that way about Western thinking, so I guess they want to be more Westernized a little bit, is what you're saying there.
Yeah, the Western thinking, I think it's. I'm not saying it's great, but the Western thinking, I think they look at it more like it's opportunity to grow, become successful. And I know this too. Like, I'm a dual citizen of Mexico, so I'm Mexican too. So I can relate to a little bit, like the Mexican way of thinking. It's different. But I think when you kind of get American influence a little bit, thinking changes a little bit. I'm not saying America's perfect. Like, I don't agree with politics, a bunch of bullshit here. But I do think the way of thinking here is like either sink or swim. So you better start swimming if you want to make it. Like in other countries, there's kind of a middle barrier. You could sink, you could swim, or you could stay afloat. To me in America,
that's a good point.
Staying afloat don't exist in America. It's either you make it or you fell. And other countries, like especially like Mexico, I've like firsthand experience there. There is like that middle where you could float and just kind of get by. America is too fucking hard to get by here, bro. Like, everything's expensive. Either swim or sink.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I'm with you. I actually was reading an article the other day on, life in other countries and like Europe and stuff like that. And you're right. A lot of those countries, they just take it easy and they don't care if they, necessarily make it or do anything with their lives. They're just content just to kind of float along, like you said. Which to me, like to us, doesn't make sense, right? I grind every day trying to, build this channel, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like, I'm with you on that.
But that's why Pierre is an honorary American. I hope he gets it done. But like I said, I think I see an upset coming, and maybe afterwards you guys could all like troll me, oh, you fucking idiot, whatever. I'm ready for it all, so whatever.
No, I mean, hey, I could see it because, as you've mentioned, he is going up to heavyweight, and that is something that's not really being discussed. And yes, it is because Pereira has done so well at these other stops along the way. He's pretty much, dominated except for a couple hiccups. But again, as you mentioned, Gane is a bigger dude, so he's going to, be able to eat those punches a little easier than a 185. And he's fought Francis Ngannou. He's fought John Jones. He's fought Tom Aspinall, so he's fought these heavy hitters, Gane has. And as you mentioned, he is able to switch it up and mix the strikes as well. So even though Pereira is a good kickboxer, we're not going to say that Gane is outclassed in the striking department. That being said, I'm with you. I really want to see Pereira become the first 3-time ever champion. That would be amazing. And to do it here at this card, would just be something tremendous to see. So I'm hoping for that. But I mean, again, I can see you being right, and I'm gonna promote it on socials and be like, "Yo, Johnny was right. He called this." I can see it. I can definitely see Ciryl Gane. He is no punk. Let's say that.
For sure.
All right, main event time. Let's get to it. We're talking about Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria for the lightweight championship fight here. So, look, Justin Gaethje is just he goes out and throws dick beaters. He ain't messing around. He's just going to, you know what I mean? I like Justin Gaethje as a fighter. He gonna leave it all out on the mat. But man, Topuria, bro. Topuria is just another beast, man. He's a different kind of animal. And he became the 10th fighter to hold UFC gold in 2 weight classes. We just talked about Pereira. You know, Ilia Topuria is on his 2nd now. And he stopped, Volkanovski, Holloway. So he, there's nothing more I can say about Topuria. He's just really, really good. And again, the highlight, Justin Gaethje, he's going to go out. He's going to throw them dick beaters. He's fought for the BMF title. He's going to leave it all out there, and he's going to get the win, or he going to get beat up. And either way, he's going to give all his heart has to give. Who you got?
Yeah. So I mean, this is an American versus a Spaniard practically. I mean, I want to see the American win, but I know Gaethje and Strickland got into it on Twitter. Over the Goyim pro-Israel stuff. So I know a lot of people giving Gaethje heat over all that, and it might have been taken over context. Like I said, I'm always America first, no matter what. So I put us first, but I think Topuria pulls this off, man. I like Topuria. I'm a guy that didn't like him in the beginning. Something about his European personality, but he grew on me. And I think he grew on me. His mindset, he works the basics, the way he trains. The guy got to broken down the way he trains, and it almost reminds me of a Conor McGregor coming up. If you ever watched, I was a big Conor guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I watched him coming up before he won the title. His first fights in the UFC, the mindset, the way he was talking, the way he was training, all those documentaries you see, it reminds me very similar when I'm seeing Topuria. Very, very similar, those early stages right there. Okay. And Topuria is his striking's clean, basic, but his setups, the way he's moving the head and everything. And where I see Gaethje, he's coming in and he's looking to crash, you know what I mean? That's how I could best describe Gaethje. He's gonna crash into you. You got a nice car, he's looking to ruin that car, crash. There's no everything. It's gonna be a crash. You got to be ready for that crash.
That's
if you
great.
Take it. But I think Topuria gets it done. I mean, the guy's been on a phenomenal run. I mean, like you said, he knocked out Volkanovski. I thought Volk was gonna win that fight.
I did too. Yeah, I was with you. Yeah.
And then after that, he fought Max Holloway, and I was like, I think Max is gonna pull this off. Fucking slept Holloway. No one's ever slept Holloway. Then he fought Charles Oliveira, and I was like, Charles a bigger man. I looked at the weight, I thought Charles fucking slept him too, bro. Yep. This guy's knocked out 3 back-to-back legends in the UFC. I've never seen. I don't think there's been a more dominant sequence of opponents that somebody's finished that I could recall. I mean, that's Volkanovski, arguably the GOAT of 145. Max Holloway, he could also be another GOAT of 145, or just a GOAT person now in MMA. I mean, he put out Gaethje. That was fucking a GOAT moment.
Oh, that was
what I mean? But Topuria slept him, and then you got Charles Oliveira, another guy who's potentially a lightweight GOAT too. These are just all 3 legends. Literally slept all 3 of them. Didn't go to distance of none of them. Slept all 3. And if he puts Gaethje on the list, that's a crazy lineup right there. But I think I got Topuria. I think he gets it done by knockout.
No, man, I don't even need to repeat everything you just said. That is exactly how I feel. Topuria is just, I mean, as much as I love Gaethje, and as much as I want to see him win every time he goes out, I just cannot see it. Topuria is on he's a different animal right now. Like you said, the run that he's been on and the domination that he has put forth in the octagon over the past few years has been, like you said, second to none. So I'm going with Topuria as well to pull out the victory here. Although, sentimental favorite, we would love to see Gaethje win, but yeah, Topuria is probably the better fighter at this stage of the two's careers. So.
For sure, definitely.
All
it's gonna
right.
be a great fight, though.
Yes, it will. Shout out to everybody tuning in. We appreciate it. Shout out Hot Rod. Y'all check out the Bottom Line Sports, Him Canteen, and Flow. Shout out Bo, IW2NF. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you, Johnny. We really appreciate it, brother. I know you got your road trip to continue, so enjoy. Be safe out there. Let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro, for having me on the thing, and I'll be back home later today. I'll be home on time for those fights tomorrow. You guarantee I won't miss those fights. But like I said, you guys can follow me on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram and X. Same handle @Kid Kavimbo. You can check me out there. Stay tuned on my next fights, and I'm trying to get back in the UFC, so that's the plan. Hopefully that'll be soon. And yeah, always remember, America first, baby. This is the best country in the world, and I'm excited for this card tomorrow, even though there's going to be a lot of lame politicians there. But hey, fighting is in our human DNA. We've been fighting since day one, since man was put here. Fighting's always, it's in every one of you. So just always remember, if you're listening to this, fighting is in you. Anytime you're in doubt, you're just not feeling it, like you feel like life ain't there for you. You always have that fight in you, because God's put that in you since day one. Mankind's been fighting since day one. We're gonna keep fighting till the end of time. That's just how it is. So each one of us alive on this world, we're all fighters, and tomorrow's gonna be a treat for all the fighters, every human being worldwide, but especially for all the great Americans in this country.
Yeah, I mean, that's tremendous advice coming from Johnny Munoz, one of the best fighters in the world. He tells you to keep fighting, keep your head up, and keep moving. And yeah, it is going to be great. I do wish, like you said, we had a little more of the everyman, a little more of the UFC supporters and the fans, instead of all the rich people and politicians that get to watch it. But whatever, it is what it is. Nothing we can do. Yeah. We keep it moving. Thank you, Johnny. Really appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate your service too. Let's go.
Hey, let's do it. I'll see you soon. We'll talk again.
Yes, sir.
Subscribe on YouTube at Ball and Buds for sports and entertainment.